Hello, I'm Nathan Guy,
And I'm Ryan Mann.
and together we're starting our business, a nightclub called Deadset. So to start off with a background to our business, as owners of our business, we need to have a basic knowledge of how to run a nightclub, obviously, as this will be vital to the success of our business. Knowledge of trends and interests common among young adults in Melbourne are also vital to business success. We think this business will be successful because we are setting up in a prime location in St Kilda that is central to the nightlife culture of Melbourne. We also think that our nightclub will be a popular and trendy spot for young adults who enjoy a Saturday night out with friends.
The business structure Nathan and I have adopted is partnership. We have made this decision for several reasons, such as the fact that setting up a partnership is relatively easy compared to setting up a company. Creating a partnership as opposed to a company also means that only Nathan and I are owners. This in turn means that shareholders are not, and they have no input into the business plans nor decisions. Although stakeholder input can be beneficial, we believe our plans and decisions will be informed enough through our own research and removes any unnecessary stress the shareholders may place on us. Startup costs included in creating a partnership are much lower than of that involved in starting a company. Partnerships generally have greater borrowing capacities from the bank, and this can be extremely helpful if we found ourselves in an uncomfortable financial situation. Becoming a company could be a poor choice for an abundance of reasons. This can include any dividends being taxed, financial affairs being available to the public, and recording requirements being extremely complicated. We have chosen to contribute 50% of the startup costs as capital, 25% being from myself and 25% being from Nathan. The other 50% will be obtained through a loan from the NAB Bank.
So in terms of our customer base, our target market will be people aged 18 to 30 who enjoy Melbourne's nightlife. And we are planning on subleasing the premises in St Kilda in order to cut the costs of utilities and furniture and equipment.
The business name has been chosen because we deem it to be trendy and original and believe it would be popular among our target audience. For example, we would have people saying, "Where are you going out tonight?" "I'm going to Deadset." Seems right. We need to acquire the late night liquor license in order to legally sell alcohol, although. We'll have a range of staff to help us be successful on the night. This can include bartenders who need a responsible service of alcohol certificate. Security guards will need a certificate 2 in crowd control as well as a security guard certificate. Promoters, other than sub-promoters, will need some form of a marketing qualification. We will pick the employees we want by them sending through their resumes, which allows us to review and go over the employees that we want. We won't be needing any professional advisors, and no equipment or gear will be required as we are subleasing. In terms of sustainability, we will be sustainable because we'll be recycling glass bottles, employing experienced staff to reduce spillages and therefore waste, and the place in St Kilda we will be subleasing will use solar panels to generate some electricity. The qualification I have is a certificate 4 in accounting as well as experience being a bartender.
I have a Bachelor of Commerce, majoring in marketing, and I've also worked as a sub-promoter at a nightclub, and this experience should prove helpful whilst running our own nightclub. In terms of marketing, we've done a bit of research into the nightclub industry, and we've established that it's currently in a state of uncertainty, as the IBIS World Industry Report from 2016 states that the industry has benefited from increasing discretionary income and tourist numbers, as well as largely positive consumer sentiment over the past 5 years. However, the report also details the decline per capita of alcohol consumption, which predicts a drop in industry revenue of 2.6% over the next 5 years. This can be seen as concerning, as the majority of a nightclub's revenue relies on alcohol consumption. In terms of promotion and advertising, we've looked at the marketing of our competitors, and we've decided to advertise our business mainly through social media, especially Facebook and Instagram. This is because advertising on social media platforms is one of the cheapest and easiest ways to promote our business. We are focusing on Facebook and Instagram advertising because it will give us the widest and broadest audience reach. Facebook and Instagram also give us the option to customize our advertising to aim at our target audience. For only $14 a week, our Facebook and Instagram pages will be seen by up to 3,400 people, and in turn, some of those people will share the page with their friends. Social media advertising is a very easy and effective way of marketing to our target audience, and we believe this will be the best option for our business. Additionally, we aim to promote and advertise our business through the use of a professional promoter. The role of a promoter is to aid in organising events at the nightclub and, more importantly, advertise and promote the nightclub to our target market. Sub-promoters will also be hired on a casual basis, and their role is mainly to get people they know to come to the nightclub. This is done through the use of a personal list at the door, and more entries they get on the list, the higher their commission they receive. We have decided to operate our nightclub on a subleased premise in St Kilda. We have chosen this location as we believe that St Kilda is the place to be on a Saturday night. We considered opening our business in the CBD, however we decided that the competition was already well established in the city and it would be much harder to grow as a new business in that location. After doing research into competitors in our area, we have found that there are two main nightclubs that we will be competing with in St Kilda, which is Cushion Lounge and Prince Band Room. In terms of admission prices and drinks prices, we aim to sell at or just below the average prices of the area to ensure that we run a competitive business. And finally, in terms of sales fluctuation, revenue at nightclubs usually fluctuates seasonally, with more customers and sales during the summer. This is when university students are on holidays and when the weather is nicer for going out at night. During the winter months, especially when university is on, sales will be down compared to the summer. However, Saturday nights will remain the best night of the week for nightclubs to make revenue. So in terms of the financial side of our business, from this spreadsheet, we've looked at our startup costs and used that to determine what kind of loan we'll need from the bank and how much capital each of us will have to contribute. So you can clearly see from the spreadsheet the different type of startup costs, and it totals just under $60,000. So Ryan and I will each be contributing $15,000 each in capital, and we'll be looking for a $30,000 loan from the bank.
As you can see from the spreadsheet here, we have three forms of revenue: the entry ticket, the drinks, and the cloakroom. All of these total up to $1.1 million for the year.
In terms of expenses, these are mainly quite similar to those on the startup costs. However, the main difference is that there are a few more expenses than just on the startup costs, and such as shrinkage or stock loss. However, the main difference is that this income statement is based over a 12-month period, whereas the startup cost spreadsheet was just for the first month of running our business. So our total expenses comes to approximately $785,000. And from that, you can see that we aim to make a profit in our first year of business. So here you can see we've performed our CVP analysis. As you can see in the spreadsheet, we have our sales price for each of our four products, which is beer, champagne, vodka mixers, and soft drinks. We determined our sales price by looking at the general standard markup on the cost of alcohol, which is generally 75%. And so that number also translates to become our contribution margin ratio. Also related to that, we have our variable cost per unit. And you can see just above that the contribution margin per unit, which is obviously the difference between our sales price and our variable cost per unit. So you can also see here the total revenue for 12 months, and then the total cost, which take that away from the total revenue, and you've got our contribution margin, which is approximately $468,000.
We can also see the shrinkage or stock loss that we lose per night in terms of units and in terms of dollars. For a night, we lose $20.75 worth of stock. And over the 12-month period, we lose $1,079.